And good morning to everyone on a Friday for Morning Coffee with Marcaida. And before we start out this day, I'd like to say a little prayer for Brian and his family and all that they're going through, which leads me to a reflection on those that we meet along the way. Brian was one of our viewers on this, and he's one of the people that I started to meet along the way. I met him earlier this year through Facebook. And he revealed to me that he was going through a terrible, cancer. He was going through that, and like, wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. But when I got to meet him and talk to him, I learned a lot of lessons along the way. One of the things I kind of think of people to think of the great things around me is that if you think of something positive, let's say angels, the thought of angels, not the ones with wings, but the ones that bring you happiness, that guide you, that save you, that share things with you. We meet them all the time. There are those that are right beside us, right underneath us, where they're along the way, all the way through life. And there are those that pass by your life, and do you catch it? And I say this because later on, through the years, you'll find that I went through earlier this year, some serious, well, to me, it was some injuries, some health issues that have prevented me from moving on to being me, truly me. And I was so focused on that because, it's life-changing. It's like everything else, right? What's important is really relative to what you're doing. In the same sense, when I met with Brian, after he revealed to me what he was going through, oh my gosh, he got beautiful kids and the time constraints, it made me focus no longer on what I'm going through, because what I'm going through is nothing compared to what he goes through. But in the same token, he was focused on me, on the show, and how the show was something that they loved to watch as a family. And he was a knife maker himself, so we'd exchange stories and all that. But he was focused on me to get away from where he was, same as I was focused on him to forget where I was. So there's that thing that we go through together, and it was special. When you think of things like this, sometimes you have to think of it, at least the way I think of it is, we can only control ourselves. That's the one thing. Stop focusing on everybody else because you can't control them. Sometimes we focus on other people to lay blame. We want to blame them for what's going on rather than say, no, the one who's, the only one you can really blame is yourself because you can control yourself. But there are times when you think about others. When do you focus about others if it's not about you? Exactly the point. It's not about you. Focus on others so that you get away from your own problems and project and think about what you do good and what you can do good for others. And what that brings about is a sense of compassion. What that brings about is you projecting out of yourself into other people, so that when you're all about helping other people, you forget about the things that are bothering you, and in some way you get to rehabilitate or heal yourself doing that. That's one of the things and the lessons I learned for the short time that I got to know Brian, was that he inspired me to think that no matter how bad you think you got it, others may have it worse. But at the same time, when you focus on others and be more compassionate in helping others, you forget about your own strife. And there's a self-healing thing, because what goes around comes around. And for that, I'd like to say thank you for even the short time that I got to know Brian, for inspiring me, the little people, the little angels in life, because I truly believe that you don't meet people by accident. We're all put together here for a lesson. One of the things I will say is, you only die once, make it count. So what are you going to do with your time that you have here? Because when we say we only live once, make it, you think live as in forever. It's not going to be forever. There's going to be a time, just like everything else. Time is not promised to you. There'll be time when you go, and what have you done with it? So look at the angels around you, appreciate them, learn from them, be selfless, and help others out, especially in this time of need in this world and what's going on. When you do that and you focus on the good things and you focus on everybody else, that's a good thing. So already something positive is coming out of it, rather than focus on your problems and your negativity and everything else. And all you do is, when you focus and you go inward, you're here. And that's how small you're going to be. But when you think of others and be selfward and go outward and how to help and be positive with everybody else, look how big you've become. And then you've mattered and did something important. Just a thought for the day. Here comes my coffee to wake me up. Everybody have a blessed day and a great Friday. And here comes the weekend. Take care.